I've seen a lot of games, and I have a feeling this one is going to be special.
A classic AFC West battle begins week 2 of the greatest team season, 76 Raiders and the 19 Chiefs. Fred Biletnikoff gets rocked inside the red zone into the turning point of the game, loses a fumble that Mahomes delivers with a touchdown to Sammy Watkins. Another touchdown pass later to Anthony Sherman, and the Chiefs improved to 2-0 with a resounding win over Oakland. The 1999 Jaguars are coming off an emotional win at Indianapolis, but came out flat today against Arizona. 103-yard pick six from Antrell Roll, and coupled with a 260-yard day from Warner, the Cardinals win the game by 11. 98 Vikings and the 91 Lions. Minnesota has gone old school early. Another 3 rushing touchdown day out of Minnesota en route to a blowout win in Detroit. Eric Kramer has been downright awful this season. He is picked off by McDaniel, who brings it back for a touchdown. The Lions avoid a late shutout with a field goal, but are rocked at home, 31-3. The Green Bay Packers were also rocked at home last week against the 85 Bears, and Boomer Esiason would do it to him again today. 260 yards and 3 touchdowns, this one from 58 to Eddie Brown, who has been marvelous this year. The Bengals improved to 2-0 with a big win over Green Bay. 2011 Texans, 1999 Titans. We pick up the action in the fourth quarter where Schaub is picked off by Dorsett. This has happened so many times throughout his career. Pick 6 on him, good for 70 from Dorsett. But the Titans, for another week, have a chance to win the game on offense. Instead, they go 3 and out. So Houston has a chance late. Kevin Walter drives him to midfield, then Schaub on 3rd and 10 delivers the Ward. And the Texans, for the second straight week on Tennessee, score the go-ahead touchdown, this one on the ground from Ben Tate. Tennessee's got one final chance, and McNair is incomplete. Texans are 2-0, Titans fall to 0-2. 1999 Rams, 1991 Redskins. St. Louis looked like the greatest show on turf through 3 quarters of this ball game, and here we go with Bruce getting it all started. 54 yards capped by Falk for a touchdown. There's another one to Holt in the end zone, and how about another? Torrey Holt from 74, and St. Louis is up after 3, 28-13 on the road. Rippon would help will the Redskins back in the game. Deep ball to Clark for 42. Then after a stop here from Justin Watson, Redskins need 8 points to tie the game, and Rippon would get them started with the catch here from Ricky Sanders. 4th and 3 to help keep this drive alive, and Rippon has it knocked away by Collins, and the 99 Rams improved to 2-0 with a big road win against the Redskins. 2 100-yard days, Monk and Sanders for the Redskins, good but not good enough. Chris Chandler and the Falcons got off to a great start against the 2015 Panthers, but kept settling for field goals. Morton Anderson drills his 3rd of the game, and Atlanta's up 9-0 at the half. Chandler deep in Panther territories, picked off here by Luke Kuechly, who had an incredible game, capped by a Newton touchdown pass of 21 to Devin Funchess. Now Carolina leads late in the game 10-9. Chandler on 3rd down throws the ball out of bounds and wouldn't get the ball back as Stewart wins the game for the Panthers. Atlanta has lost 2 games by a total of 2 points. A heartbreaking start to the season for Atlanta. Luke Kuechly had a Hall of Fame day too. 10 tackles and an interception in the Panther win. When the Patriots get it going on offense, they cannot be stopped, and that was the case against the 68 Jets today. Tom Brady throws a hat trick of touchdowns in a New England blowout. Maroney's in the end zone here. There's Watson for 1, and then Welker's in for his 2nd touchdown of the day to cap a Hall of Fame performance for the New England receiver. Jets tack on a late field goal to avoid the shutout in a 28-3 rout. 178 yards for Welker. 2009 Saints, 2017 Eagles. This was a matchup between 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks, and they were on their game at the Lincoln, Philadelphia. Wentz would get the earlier breeze with a couple touchdown passes in the first quarter. This one on a screen to Corey Clement. Philly is up 14-0 after 1 and lead at 17-3 here before Meacham would bring back the kickoff 86 yards all the way to the Philadelphia 12. That would be capped by a touchdown grab from Henderson, but Wentz would come back with another score, this one to Jeffrey. And while Breeze was excellent in the fourth quarter, here's Bush to put him inside the red zone, and it would be capped on the very next play on a first and goal score to Mike Bell. It is still an Eagles lead, 24-17. Defense needs to stop. Instead, Blunt wins the game for Philadelphia with that first down carry. Maybe these two teams meet again, but round one belongs to the Eagles by 7. A statement performance in San Francisco between the 13 Seahawks and the 89 Niners. A 2-interception performance from the Hall of Famer Richard Sherman of Seattle. In the third quarter, up a field goal. This pick six of 61 from Richard Sherman helps put him in front by a comfortable score of 10-0. Montana, with no lead comfortable, finds Craig for a 21-yard touchdown. Now 10-7 is our score, but on 3rd and 6, they're running the ball with the fullback Tom Rathman, and San Francisco would not get the ball again. 10-7 Seattle. Rams are the only unbeaten team in an airtight NFC West. Two Hall of Fame quarterbacks meet in Buffalo. 90 Bills and the 20 Buccaneers, but this one was all Bills. Shane Conlon intercepts Brady, and Kelly would cap it off with a touchdown to Reed. How about an interception here from Brady to Smith, and then a third, a hat trick as Kirby Jackson intercepts for Buffalo. And this one wasn't Brady's fault. Fumble from Mike Evans, returned by Mark Kelso for a touchdown. The 2020 Buccaneers have been embarrassed through 2 games this season. The Bills make a big statement at home in a 34-10 win. Last week, the 98 Broncos blew an 18-point lead against Cincinnati. In week 2, there was no lead to be lost, as Bernie Kosar and the Browns would jump on them since the opening kickoff. A couple of touchdown passes here from the Pro Bowl quarterback, joined by an Ernest Biner 15-yard scoring run, and Cleveland all but wins the game right here, up 24-10. But then John Elway would be vintage Hall of Fame John Elway in the final 2 minutes. Touchdown strike of 68 to Rod Smith. The defense assists him with a 3-and-out, and then he goes the distance again with Dwayne Carswell, the veteran from Liberty, in for the touchdown to tie the game and set us up for overtime. Never mind, Gordon picks him off at the 39-yard line, and then after this completion of Shannon Sharp of 18, the Broncos set up Elam for the win, and the 25-yard kick is good. 17 unanswered for the Broncos, and a complete flip of last week's script, 27-24, and an incredible comeback. Earlier this week from Chicago, the 1985 Bears won the legendary matchup against the 78 Steelers, led by a Hall of Fame performance from Walter Payton. Chicago 21, Pittsburgh 14. 2000 Ravens and the 2006 Chargers. San Diego couldn't move the ball much against that stout Ravens defense, but did just enough for a fourth quarter lead. Long ball to Eric Parker puts them up 10-0 with a few minutes to go. Then Trent Dilfer, on his lone highlight of the day, launches a 42-yard score to Country Ismail, but they need an onside kick to stay in the game. Instead, it's picked up by Vincent Jackson. The Chargers and the Chiefs are the 2 teams in the AFC West unbeaten. Broncos and the Raiders bring up the rear of the division. The 1992 Cowboys, fresh off a dominant win in the opener against Tampa Bay, could be first in the division with a win on Sunday Night Football. Late in the first half, Phil McConkey gives the visiting Giants the lead on that touchdown grab, 13-10 New York. In the third quarter, Charles Haley scoops and scores for the Cowboys to put Dallas in front, and they would seal the game with another scoop and score here. Russell Maryland, 25 yards for a touchdown. Cowboys finished the weekend first in the NFC East with a big division win against the New York Football Giants. Redskins are the lone winless team in that division. We conclude week 2 of the greatest team season in South Florida. And the turning point of this Monday Night Football game was on a fake punt from Hunter Smith. What is Tony Dungy calling up there? Marlon Briscoe reels in a couple of touchdown passes from Greasy. Then All-Pro safety Dick Anderson seals the win with a pick six of Peyton Manning. The Dolphins and the Patriots are both unbeaten in the AFC East after Miami's 22-9 win. That'll conclude week 2 of the greatest teams season. We have the full recap and analysis on the Extra Point Show in just a few minutes. And until then, this is the greatest team season with Charger Dude 95.